OMG. Hey besties! Welcome back to the channel. I am so excited for today's video because we are diving deep into a drama that has completely stolen my heart. Seriously, if you've been looking for that perfect, feel-good, makes you giddy kind of show, you are going to want to stick around. We're talking about Head Over Heels, and trust me, it delivered the most delightful rom-com vibes. I cannot wait to spill all the tea on why this drama is the ultimate comfort watch we've all been craving. Get ready, because we are going head over heels for this one. So, what's Head Over Heels all about without giving too much away? Imagine this. You've got our leading lady, who is the most adorably clumsy person you've ever seen. Like, seriously, she trips over air. She's navigating life, trying her best, but things just always seem to go a little sideways for her in the most hilarious ways. Then, enter our leading man. He's the complete opposite. Super suave, put together, maybe a little bit intimidating at first glance. He's got his life totally figured out, or at least that's what it looks like. Their paths cross in the most unexpected, chaotic, and, honestly, super cute way. Think accidental encounters, spilled coffee, maybe a runaway dog or two. It's the classic enemies to lovers trope, but with a fresh, light-hearted spin. They start off with absolutely no interest in each other, maybe even a little annoyance. But as they keep bumping into each other, forced proximity sparks start to fly. It's not just about the romance though. Our leading lady is trying to achieve some personal goals, and our leading man might just play a surprisingly important role in that journey. It's a story about finding yourself, embracing your flaws, and realizing that sometimes the most beautiful things happen when you least expect them to. It's pure, unadulterated joy in K-drama form. Okay, let's talk about the romance. The chemistry between our leads in Head Over Heels was just chef's kiss. It wasn't just physical attraction, although there was definitely that sizzling tension. It was the way they looked at each other, the small gestures, the hesitant smiles that grew into full-blown grins. You could literally feel the butterflies in your stomach right along with them. Their banter was top tier, filled with witty comebacks and playful teasing that slowly chipped away at their initial defenses. It was so natural, so believable, and it made you root for them from the very beginning. You wanted them to fall in love, hard and fast. And the visuals. Oh my goodness, the visuals. This drama was a feast for the eyes. The fashion was absolutely on point. Our leading lady had this effortlessly chic yet slightly quirky style that perfectly matched her personality. Lots of flowing dresses, cute accessories, and just generally outfits that screamed approachable fashionista. Our leading man was, of course, impeccably dressed. Think sharp suits, stylish casual wear, the kind of looks that make you want to raid his closet. Beyond the clothes, the cinematography was beautiful. The cityscapes were vibrant, the quiet moments were tenderly shot, and the overall aesthetic was just so pleasing to look at. It felt like every frame was carefully crafted to enhance the mood and the story. Now let's get into the emotional moments. While Head Over Heels is undeniably a comedy, it didn't shy away from tugging at our heartstrings. There were definitely moments that made me tear up, but in a good way. Think quiet conversations where vulnerabilities were revealed, moments of quiet support when one of them was struggling, or the sheer overwhelming joy of finally admitting their feelings. There was this one scene where our leading lady felt like she'd messed everything up, and our leading man just quietly showed up for her, no questions asked, just pure understanding in his eyes. It was so powerful. These moments weren't melodramatic, they felt earned and deeply human, making the overall story so much richer. And the soundtrack. The OST for Head Over Heels was the perfect accompaniment to all the ups and downs. It had these upbeat, infectious tunes that played during all the fun, chaotic moments, making you want to dance around your room. Then there were the softer, more emotional ballads that swelled during the heartfelt scenes, really amplifying the feelings. There was this one particular song that played during a pivotal romantic moment, and it was just perfect. It captured that feeling of falling in love so beautifully. The music wasn't just background noise, it was an integral part of the storytelling, enhancing every laugh, every sigh, and every swoon-worthy moment. It truly elevated the entire viewing experience. So, my personal take on Head Over Heels. I genuinely love this drama. It's exactly what it promises to be: light, fluffy, and utterly delightful. The reason it works so well is its sincerity. Even though it leans into classic rom-com tropes, it never feels formulaic or predictable. The characters, despite their sometimes over-the-top situations, feel incredibly real. Our clumsy heroine is relatable in her imperfections, and our seemingly stoic hero has layers that are revealed gradually, making him all the more endearing. The writers did a fantastic job of balancing the humor with genuine emotional depth. They didn't rush the development of the romance, letting it blossom organically through shared experiences and mutual understanding. What I appreciated most was the pacing. It never felt too slow or too rushed. Each episode left you wanting more, but in a good way, not a frustrating way. The show understood that building a relationship takes time, even in a rom-com. They gave us those little moments of connection, those shared glances, those inside jokes that make you feel like you're part of their journey. There were no unnecessary love triangles or manufactured drama that felt forced. It was all about these two people finding their way to each other, imperfections and all. If I had to nitpick, maybe I wished for a tiny bit more exploration of the supporting characters' storylines, but honestly, it's such a minor point because the main couple was so captivating. The writers really nailed the tone, consistently delivering laughs and swoons. Spoiler section. Okay, besties, it's time to get into some spoiler territory. If you haven't watched Head Over Heels yet and want to go in completely blind, now is your chance to hit that pause button and come back later. Seriously, go watch it. It's amazing. For those of you who have seen it or are ready for the juicy details, let's dive in. One of the biggest twists that caught me by surprise was the revelation about our leading man's past and his initial reason for being involved in our heroine's life. You initially think he's just this successful businessman who happens to keep running into her. But then we find out that he had a hidden agenda, something connected to her family or her work, that he was pursuing. It wasn't malicious, but it added this layer of complexity and made you question his motives for a little while. It was a clever way to create conflict without resorting to something overly dramatic. It made his eventual genuine feelings for her even more impactful because he had to overcome his own preconceived notions and possibly guilt. My standout scene, hands down, has to be the outdoor movie night. You know the one. It was raining, they were under this makeshift shelter, and they were supposed to be working on something, but they just ended up talking. The atmosphere was so intimate and cozy, despite the circumstances. He was looking at her, and she was looking at him, and there was just this comfortable silence filled with unspoken feelings. Then he gently wiped a strand of hair from her face, and that was it. My heart absolutely melted. It wasn't a grand gesture, but it was so full of tenderness and burgeoning love. It perfectly encapsulated the slow burn and the deep connection they had built. It was pure magic. And the ending. Oh, the ending. It was everything I hoped for and more. After all the ups, downs, and hilarious mishaps, they finally get their happy ending. It wasn't overly dramatic or rushed. We see them embracing their relationship fully, openly. There was this lovely scene of them walking hand in hand, completely at ease with each other, laughing about their past chaotic encounters. It felt earned and satisfying. It left me with such a warm, fuzzy feeling, reinforcing that Head Over Heels is the ultimate comfort watch. It wrapped everything up beautifully, leaving no loose ends and giving the audience that perfect sense of closure and romantic bliss. Alright, so my final rating for Head Over Heels is a solid 4.5 out of 5 stars. It's so close to perfect, seriously. If you are a fan of lighthearted rom-coms, charming leads with incredible chemistry, and feel-good stories that leave you with a huge smile, you will absolutely adore this drama. It's the perfect antidote to a bad day or just a great way to unwind. However, if you're looking for intense plot twists, dark themes, or heavy emotional drama, this might be a bit too fluffy for your taste. But honestly, give it a try. Sometimes we all just need a little dose of pure, unadulterated K-drama joy. Thanks for watching, besties. See you in the next one. Bye.